In the heart of Europe, at the beginning of the 17th century, a spark ignited one of the longest and bloodiest conflicts in history, the 30 Years' War. A conflict that began over faith and ended over power. It all started in 1618 in the city of Prague, when Protestant nobles, outraged by the impositions of the Catholic Emperor Ferdinand II, stormed the castle and threw two of his representatives out of a window. This event, known as the Defenestration of Prague, was the trigger for a war that would soon spread throughout the European continent. The empire of the young Ferdinand II reacted with fury. At the Battle of White Mountain, the Catholic armies crushed the Protestant rebels of Bohemia. It seemed to be the end of the revolt, but in fact it was just the beginning. Shortly after, the King of Denmark decided to intervene in defense of the Protestants. But his troops were defeated by the imperial forces commanded by Albrecht von Wallenstein, one of the greatest generals of his time. The Catholic victory seemed assured until a new protagonist emerged from the north. King Gustavus Adolphus of Sweden, known as the Lion of the North, marched into Germany with a disciplined and modern army. Under his command, the Protestants recovered territory and morale. The Swedish victories showed that the power of Rome and the Habsburgs could indeed be challenged. But in 1632, during the Battle of Lutzen, Gustavus Adolphus himself was killed in combat, becoming a martyr for the Protestant cause. Over time, what began as a war of religion transformed into a struggle for European power. France, despite being Catholic, decided to enter the conflict, not to defend the faith, but to weaken its Habsburg rivals. Under the command of Cardinal Richelieu, France allied with the Protestants and plunged Europe into further destruction. For 30 long years, the war devastated villages, fields, and cities. Famine and disease killed millions. In some regions of Germany, more than half the population disappeared. The continent was exhausted. In 1648, finally, the Peace of Westphalia put an end to the conflict. The agreement recognized religious freedom, consolidated the independence of Switzerland and the Netherlands, and redrew the political map of Europe. The Holy Roman Empire would never be the same. The 30 Years' War not only ended the great religious wars, but also gave rise to a new concept of power, that of the sovereign state, where each nation decides its own destiny without external interference. It was the end of an era of faith imposed by arms, and the birth of the modern world, shaped by diplomacy and politics.